Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to Finish 'em Friday, guys. It's going to be really fun, I think. I don't know how it's going to play out. We're going to be drinking on some moonshine, mountain water, and seeing how it plays out. But I hope everybody did have a great week. Man, it was kind of a long one, It started out with a good snow blizzard kind of thing. A few inches of snow at least, but nonetheless, we are at it again with a great night. Making sure all the music and stuff is good, not too loud. I hate to drown you guys out in music. There's something in there. It'll be fine. There we go. Oh, man. So Wednesday was great. I hope everybody enjoyed that. I'm really digging the game from Remnant from the Ashes. Definitely got a lot of upgrading to do. If you guys watched, we definitely need to start trying to figure out some upgrades. Because if not, we're going to be struggling really hard sometime soon. I really feel like. So, that being said, we're going to jump right up into this. We have several things today. Drinking on our normal Miller Lite, as usual. However, what is different is I had them on the wrong sides. And what we're actually going to be finishing today is this last little bit of this. I'm pretty sure this is the Plum Cot moonshine. So we're going to be finishing. It's either the plum or the plum cot. I can't remember which one it is. But we're going to be taking shots of the old Smoky here. Because what better way to drink regular moonshine with fake company moonshine. But Tennessee whiskey does make good bourbons. Or Old Smoky does make good Tennessee whiskeys that are flavored. So you can't really knock them for that. Their moonshines are really good and flavored. So I mean, to each their own. I'll set this over here. Stick it out. Alright. Cheers, everyone who saw between the last live video and this one. You guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you and thanks for tuning in. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So cheers. That peanut butter one, the more I drink it, the more chocolatey it gets, I swear. It's more or less a fancy Reese's cup at that point. Just an expensive whiskey version of peanut butter. Which isn't terrible. It's sweet. It's a little bitter. It's chocolatey. Probably one of the better flavored peanut butters that we've had. Except for the PBW one we have. That one's probably my favorite. Overall, as far as any type of peanut butter whiskeys, the PB&W probably has to take the top off on that one. Also, what else we got going? I'm not entirely sure. We got a little bit of everything, Work's been pretty good. Schedule's getting consistent. This next few weeks, we're going to be opening again, so we're not going to be streaming nowhere near as late. Miller Monday's actually going to be an early one this time, so between now and Monday, we will be setting up Miller Monday for an earlier stream. I believe I get off I'm off on Monday, but Wednesday, I think next Wednesday will be a decently early one. So hopefully we can get them all fixed. Got some really good deals at work this week too. It was crazy. I don't know, it's like everything that I was looking at buying or was going to buy or did buy was something that I wanted or needed, but it dropped in price drastically. I bought a pressure washer that's usually like $90-something, and I got it for $30. I got a really cool flip wrench that's usually almost $10. I got it for $1. So savings were great. I got a little tackle kit that's like $30. I got it for $1. So great deals all around this week, so I'm really excited about that. Mostly because I absolutely love deals. Anytime that I can save some money, I'm going to do it. Tomorrow we have a pretty cool thing coming in. It's a flask-style pewter cup, and a pretty lady's thing came in today. We ordered her a pewter box. And then we got this in as well. It's an older style bottle opener. You can kind of see the flat spots in it right here, and in the middle up top. And it is from the Schmidt Brewery. Bought it because one of our friends' last name is Schmidt. Drink Schmidt's City Club beer on one side, and then the other side says Schmidt's Brewing Company, St. Paul, Minnesota. And it's really cool. I like it. I think it's interesting, it's neat, and it's different. Mostly because how many people you know are going to walk up and have one, or like, oh, I have one of those too. No, you don't. I know you don't. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. But the flip wrench was pretty cool. I liked it. We got it over here. I used it earlier. So this is like it's a 6-in-1, really cool little wrench. I like it. Probably gonna use it for a lot of things. On this end here is a Phillips. You take this part out, flip it around, and bang, you got a flathead. And then that's only 2 of them. You take that out, you flip it, drop it back in there, and that's another Phillips and another flathead. Now, also, I think that's it. You know, it's a 6-in-1. Well, that's only 4. 5, and then I guess 6 would be it. I don't know what 6. I don't know. Yeah, you could just. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So you pretty much get 4 tools. It's interesting, though. You would think, I mean, why didn't it just say 4-in-1? Not 6-in-1. What's the other ones? Maybe because I could take out like a bolt with that in. Definitely couldn't take a bolt out with that. And then a bolt with that in. Maybe, I don't know. Probably that. It's got a spot for taking out, like, this side looks like a 10 mil or an 8 mil. This side's probably a 10 mil. That's pretty cool. Locks in, clicks in, nice and pretty loud. I like it. It's pretty cool. One of those additive things. Got it from Hart. Pretty cool branding. I like the Hart stuff. It's a lot better than the Stanley equipment that we used to have. So, absolutely love that. Bought a pressure washer. It is on the other side of the house. I'm going to get it right now. So, that was a really good deal also. I'm excited. It's an electric pressure washer. So it's got to be plugged in. That's all right. No, I don't mind. It's interesting. It's cheap. And I got it at a really good price. So, today's Finish on Friday was really actually hard for us to set up, honestly, because of the simple fact of I don't really have anything that's kind of close to being finished. I haven't really been drinking on the bottles as much, so that's kind of a lot harder for me to get to the end of things to purchase or to finish them. So with that being said, we're gonna have to start coming up with some mixed drinks. Get some of these drinks down. You know, this has got dust on it. That's how long it's been since I've had it. There's actually a smiley face on it. And hell, this ain't even whiskey. This is mountain water. That's how you know we're getting desperate on the Finish on Fridays, that we're gonna drink up moonshine to finish up Friday. That's how you know. That's also how you know it's been a good week. That I even thought that we were gonna be finishing that up. We're actually gonna eat the 2 plum cots that are inside of it as well. I'll probably go get a fork here in a little bit and pull those out and eat them. Cause you can't waste. I'm not a wasteful person. Oh man. With the colder temperatures, man, that's been outside, one of the worst things happened to me because of it. But the second greatest thing ever happened is the whiskey room stays a lot colder now because of the temperatures outside being colder. The whiskey rooms stay colder. the colder the whiskey room, the colder my computer stays. You know, the colder my fridge can stay behind me. For those who don't know, this is the mini fridge, or a mini fridge. But, however, the colder it is in here, the less strength it needs to pull like heat. So that makes the mini fridge a lot colder. I actually had to turn it down because all of my beer was starting to freeze. So we can't be having frozen beer because that's a waste of beer. Because after you freeze one and then you try to drink it, it just tastes like a watery, terrible mess. Now, however, the good side of it is you get the absolute coldest beer around, and that's because it's in my place, and I like to keep cold beer. There was something else. It was there, and I forgot. Perks of being cold. Oh yeah, the worst thing that happened though, out of all the cold and the rain and the snow and sleet and ice, is so my house is old, right? We have a very old house. We use baseboard heating and we use window units to cool the house. That song got really loud. And with baseboard heating, it's kind of expensive. Not really, but we use space heaters. But I cannot sleep unless I have a fan going at all times. I have to have a fan. I have to have either a fan or a window unit going at all times, or I'm going to go insane. So when I went to bed the other night and my window unit just kind of quit. It was like, you know what? No, not happening. Not doing no more. I don't know what was going on. And I was like, oh my God, because I could hear it. I would click it and it would turn on. It would buzz, but it wouldn't like turn on and start blowing cold AC. So I was like, interesting. And then Pretty Lady made an astute observation of maybe that it was frozen. So I go outside and I get to looking, and it is frozen outside. From where it snowed over top of it, and then kind of melted down, froze as it melted down, and also snowed inside. Which kind of locked up everything, and now noted if I want my AC to work, to use my fan, then I'm going to have to somehow, some way, block up my window unit whenever it snows, which is very rarely here, so I ain't too worried about it. But I was spent 2-3 nights without a fan blowing, and it was absolutely the worst sleep period that I had ever gotten. And I've slept in some pretty terrible places for long times, but man, it was so terrible. I even got to the point where I downloaded this app. Hang on, I'll show you guys. It's called Fan Sounds, and you pretty much just download the fan, and let's see if it'll let me turn it. Probably in a minute. Yeah. You guys probably, I don't know if you can hear it. You can turn it on. You can do low, medium, high. Then you can change. Different settings. And then you can turn the app off and still use your phone without having to use the fan. But I thought I would help, and then you can set like a timer for it to where like you don't need to like wake up a little bit later, try it again, and all that other fun stuff. You can just kind of just keep on going with it overnight. And then I didn't want to let my phone run for 8 hours, so I set a time limit on it to only run. Hang on a second to get the phone call. No. was working. Sorry, guys. You gotta answer work phone calls, especially late. When it's late, you never know what it could be. And it's best to be able to answer them and get a hold of them right away. Especially working in a shop, you never know. It could be something that's broken, something that's messed up all around. You know, it's one of those things. It could be anything. Oh man, so good. I think that's the first. I didn't have no Miller yesterday. I drank Miller on game night, and that was it. I'm trying to get it to where I only drink like beer on like my nights where I stream, unless I'm at like a function or a house party or something, or a field party or some random thing, you know. Then I may drink beer more often. Stacy, hello there. How are you doing? But I try to just cut it back for the most part, and only drink like on my lives or when I'm at somebody's house. Social drinker, you know, just be a social. Oh. A loner drinker is kind of weird sometimes. So that's really fresh too. That's been in there. See, I bought a case when we got snow, like Friday. Last Friday I bought a case. So between Friday stream, Mondays, so a case lasted me a week. Actually, I still got more in there. So I got like 3 or 4 more left in there. So overall, I've had 20 in 4 videos. So 5 beers a video. Roughly. Most of them mostly come from game night. Because game night, if you guys want to catch me on a long stream, I did say that Mondays and Fridays will be longer streams. But if you want to catch me on an absolutely gnarly long stream, it's going to be Wednesdays. Wednesdays, we usually stream 3 to 4 hours or more, you know, just depending on when we're able to go live. So, yeah, if you're wanting to catch us on a long stream and that's what you're wanting for some background stuff, that's Wednesdays, man. We play... Right now we're playing Remnant from the Ashes, and we'll probably be on it for a little while. We're already like 10 hours deep into the game, just from the lives alone. And it's just going to keep going up from there, I think. It's a great game. I love how it plays, everything about it. So, really, really fun. Also, I forgot to mention my wonderful free heart hat. I got a free heart hat. I got a free heart shirt. It's that blue one I wear sometimes. I got the wrench for $1. You know. Alright. Something just dawned on me. I gotta go tell poor lady something. I'll be right back. And then we're gonna drink us up some moonshine. I gotta get me a fork anyway, so I'll be right back. What may we need a fork for, you may not ask. But I'm going to tell you anyway. It's because we're going to eat the fruit in the mountain water. You can kind of see them down there floating around. We're going to eat those too. Because we don't waste around here. Mother shite. That was rough. Oh man. Whew. Arm hair stood up. I just wanted to know what flavor it was. Oh, they're so soft now. Plum cot, I believe, is what this one is. Let that one sit a second. Oh, if you've never ate moonshine fruits before, let me tell you, it tastes like nothing but moonshine. What's up, y'all? Happy Friday! Happy Friday, Robert. How's it going? We are eating moonshine fruit and drinking moonshine tonight. We just ate our first piece a second ago. We got one more piece and some moonshine to finish here. I get so distracted with that spring. It's ridiculous. Alright, number 2. Oh, this one's way looser. I'm gonna let it drip a second. Don't want to make no mess. Whew. Cheers. Spicy fruit. Moonshine fruit takes away all the flavor from the fruit. Like, there's not one bit of fruit taste left. It's sometimes it rides a fine line. Sometimes it's really like burnt tasting, or cardboard tasting, or just like that when it comes to like an apple or a plum or something like that. It just turns into like a sauce, like an applesauce. That's how interestingly different it changes. Quickly too. Alright, so we're going to pour the shine into the cup. That's Didn't really expect that much. It was a little jar. I didn't really expect it. Nonetheless, we're gonna finish. Nah, I would tell you guys like what the proof is. Let's see, it's empty though. I would say what the proof is, but I'm not entirely sure. I want to say it's closer into that 100 range. Easily around that 120, you know, very easily around that 120. Easy. It's spicy. It's rough. You can see the stuff floating in it. Hang on. From the fruits. The fruits of the labor. It's got a really nice honey color to it. A lot of your color and a lot of your like extravagant flavor in moonshine comes from what you put in it. So without saying how to make it, it just really depends on your mash. Same thing as like anything goes with whiskey, vodka, any of it. You know, it's your mash. It's how your distillation process is set up. So it's gonna come out clear unless you're using like a. I mean, it all comes out clear, 100%. Everything comes out clear every time. If I'm not mistaken, it comes out clear, and then it goes into barrels. The barrels are what give it color. Now, sometimes in some places will put coloring in there, caramel coloring, and that's why it says made. It's not made with caramel, like caramel, however you want to say it. It's made with the coloring of that color. It's not necessarily the flavor caramel. So, that being said, a lot of your moonshines and all your mountain water comes out clear, straight from the still, 100%. Now, where your color comes from is the aging process of what you put into your drink, whether it be slices of apple and a cinnamon stick, and then you get your apple pie, or whether it be this plum kite here, where it's a plum apricot mix fruit, or you get a plum, you know. There's a bunch of different ways that you can mix, make, and get different flavors out of it. However, what you use in that process is the color it's going to derive from. Cherries, it's going to be more red, you know. Your darker fruits like the plum and the grapes and the blueberries, it's going to be darker. You can use bourbon sticks and make the moonshine into like a moonshine bourbon whiskey mix, you know. It's just a weird process of how you want to make it and where you want to take your moonshine. Me, myself, and I don't make it. So I'm not going to act like I know everything about it. But however, I know a little bit about it, mostly also from like how it is with everything else. Because a lot of your distillation processes are relatively closely to the same. It's just where they're made, how they're made after that, and what's put into them change their narrative for the most part. Same things like you can't make rum in Ireland, you know. You can't make Irish whiskey in Mexico. So there's a lot of different things that you can and can't do in certain areas. I about knocked something over. However, you can make a rum style in the U.S., but you can't call it rum. Same thing with tequila. You can make a tequila style in the U.S., but you can't call it tequila either. It has to be something different. It has to be named differently because it's not made in the origin of which it's come. So, like tequila, it is strictly Mexico. You know, you have to be in Mexico to make tequila. In America, you can only be in America to make an American bourbon. You can only be in Canada to make a Canadian whiskey. You can only be in Ireland to make an Irish whiskey. There's so many different things and variables that change where, how, and when drinks can be made. Age, time, restrictions. You know, like in the U.S., once it's aged, it has to be displayed on the bottle. whether it's 3 years, 36 months, same thing. Most of your standard bourbons are anywhere from that 1 to 3 year old range. And you can tell, for the most part, unless they're using brand new white oak barrels, for the most part, you can normally tell just from the color of your bourbon or your drink on where it came from or how it came out and how old it is. Because the longer it sits in that barrel, the more color it will draw from that barrel. If you put a fresh whiskey out the vine into a barrel and you pour it out, it's still going to be clear, right? It's clear, that's a very short-termed. Jim Beam used to have one called Jim Beam Ghost, and it was a 3-month-old Jim Beam, and that was it. There's no color to it. It was as clear as vodka. Now, you start getting into that 6-month period to a year period, that's where your color is going to start coming in from the barrels. And at that point, from there on, the darker it resonates is the color of the length of how long it's been in the barrel. That was a mouthful. Hopefully you understood that for the most part. Cheers. I ain't had mountain water in a little while. Ooh, sweet. Mother Jesus. Definitely got some bite to it. And whiskey doesn't do the same thing as wine. Neither does rum. None of those other ones kind of do the same thing. Like, maybe brandies do because they're very similar. But wine ages in the bottle. It ages. So if you put wine into a bottle and you set it on a shelf, however long from now, it's going to be aged for however long it was in the bottle. It doesn't age from the barrel. Now, whiskey and stuff, because wine ferments itself. However, that's why they make closet wine. But whiskey isn't the same. It's got to be it's got to be aged into something. So if you get a bottle, right, and that bottle is, I don't know, a 3-year-old bottle, right, and then you savor it. It's one of the bottles you want to keep, and then you keep it for 2 or 3 years, which is not uncommon. I have several bottles that I've had for several years now. But nonetheless, what would happen at that point would be nothing. So the more you drink out of that bottle, the more oxygen you're putting into it. The more oxygen that goes into the bottle, and the less whiskey, bourbon, scotch, or whatever that's coming out, you're aerating it. So you're dropping the flavor, content, and the texture of the drink. However, it would probably take a very long time for something like that to make a drastic difference to where a common or a normal drinker would even notice. Now, to an expert tongue, probably would notice it slightly right away. However, somebody like me or you guys, or unless one of you guys out there are like an expert, you're not going to really notice it. But the more oxygen that you put into a bottle, the more it's going to pull from it. I have a bottle of Basil Hayden that's been on this channel since I started. And I'm probably going to leave it there until we hit our 5-year mark, to be honest. I want to do a video in 5 years of comparison of a new Basil Hayden and a Basil Hayden that's been sitting for 5 years. And I got it on my birthday in 2019. Right here. Still got some in there. Not a lot, but you can see the put it down here so you guys know what I'm saying. So you got maybe a good double's worth, of a drink. But you got all this oxygen in it. That oxygen is pulling from the whiskey itself. However, now I haven't opened the top on this in a long time. It's probably needs to be turned. Get a little juice on it sometimes. But uncomparable. One of the first bourbons that got me into my channel. So it's gonna be a savory one. Now, also is the Delmore, however you want to pronounce it. It's 12-year-old Scotch. Gift. It's gonna be there for a while. Going to be there for a while. I can smell. It smells so good. From a distance, it's so much sweeter. Oh man, I still need to get some bottles to go in this. It's holding up pretty decently, I think. I haven't tried to pour anything out of them with weight. I kind of don't want to put like a one full bottle and an empty one. I want to make sure they're both full. Actually, now that I think about it, I might just grab 2 bottles of Jim Beam. I might buy my 2 favorite bottles and pop them up there. You know? Which would have to be the Repeal batch and then Devil's Cut, or the single barrel. That's really good too. I'd have to find out. I need to start on the collection. That's probably my next goal. We've been doing a good bit of bourbons and stuff and bottles here recently. I think what I want to do, I might do it next week, maybe the week. We might do it in February. February, I kind of want to start my North Carolina wall of beer caps. We're gonna see how it goes. And I want to go ahead and put this out there. There's not gonna be a cap that goes onto that I did not drink. How many's in this? How many's in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20. I think I messed up already. Sorry, Bear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Four, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. There's 71 beer slots. So we gotta fill them. How many counties are in North Carolina? There's 100 counties in North Carolina, and there's 71 of those. So I don't know what the relevance is. Maybe that's just all they could fit. I feel like they could have fit more. Yeah, but it's okay. You got Route 70. 71, I think. It's just a highway. Another highway. County code. Misdemeanor, felony, and larceny. It might not just mean anything. It might just have like a random number up there of like whatever it's gonna be. And it kind of bugs me that it's 70. What is this? What is what? What is the music? What is me? What is my drinking? What is what? What is everything? Which in particular thing are you asking what is? Could be how loud the music is. It definitely seems kind of high. But for the most part, if you're kind of curious overall of what this actually is I'm a drink review channel. I try different types of drinks, different types of brews, different types of everything that I can mix and match and make a drink out of. Whether it be solid brews, beer, ales, stouts, all that fun stuff. Whether it be bourbons, whiskeys, scotches, vodkas, cordials, liqueurs, a bunch of different stuff, Mix them, match them, drink them, make drinks, make mixed drinks. A whole bunch of different stuff that we do here. So, literally everything. It's a review channel, technically. I can review just about anything that is willing to be reviewed. At the moment, we're just doing alcohol for the most part. And then on Wednesdays, we do video games. I much more prefer the alcohol side. I like learning new things, trying new things, and drinking new things. So, that's a plus. For the most part, though, it is what it is. That's the bottom line. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Genuinely, I just enjoy doing drink reviews, talking to people in chat. Pretty much it. But thank you, Billy, depending on what your question is. Hopefully I answered it. If you're still watching. I'm definitely I can feel the buzz from the moonshine, guys. Oh, I forgot all about that. We'll tell you guys here something. What, We changed some things on Wednesday. If you're watching, I can tell you something because it's awesome. And with that being said, we turned on Super Chats. So Super Chat is a thing. If you look at the very bottom of your chat box, there should be a dollar bill looking thing. It's either a dollar sign in a circle or a dollar bill, I think. Let me look at the comment thing. So it'll be either a dollar sign in a square or a dollar sign in a rectangle. And pretty much if you click that, you can donate and get your chats highlighted It'll put it at the top of the screen. People will click at it and everything else. I've never purchased moonshine from the ABC store. Is it worth buying? This moonshine is not from an ABC store. It's not. However, I have bought moonshine from Old Smoky. It's the distillery in Tennessee. Sometimes it's worth it. Yeah, you know, it's not as strong as like pure moonshine or anything like that, but at that point, I mean, it's legalized selling of moonshine, so it's got to be diluted a little bit. Their flavors are absolutely amazing. 100%. I mean, there's no arguing the fact that flavor takes a huge precedence. And a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not going to buy that because it's not real moonshine. I don't care how stuck in the old days you are. I would rather drink something that tastes great than drink something that tastes like muddy water. You know, I'm not just going to go straight from a still and start drinking on moonshine. One, it'll kill you. You got to refilter that. And then you always toss out the first quart. But, you know, you really want to get something that tastes good to you. So why are people so hard-pressed on straight moonshine and real moonshine? I'll never know. But at the same time, you can go to the liquor store, you can buy you a moonshine, and it's going to taste good. It's going to have a good taste. There's several moonshines that taste really, really good. There's, I actually have to find a couple. Because I want to make sure that they're categorized as a moonshine before I tell you about them. So, we'll make a video about them. I'll buy some. What I'll do for you, Robert, is I'll take a mental note. And what I'll do is I'll buy several moonshines throughout the time period. Or over like the next week or two. And then I'll make a review video of them together. And I'll let you know how I feel about them. I can't do it. I didn't send any of those other ones the other night. That was my bad. Messed that all the way up. But we're definitely going to get rid of that link. Remember, guys, if you see a link pop up, I didn't post it and Kenny didn't post it, don't click it. But yeah, Robert, I think buying ABC moonshine's alright. It could be worse, you know, it could be really, really worse. But, remember, pretty much the way I look at it is, the way moonshine's made is it's stronger than your average bourbon. So, if you're wanting something flavored that's going to taste good, just go ahead and buy you a flavored bourbon, you know. You can buy you a flavored moonshine, but it's going to taste the same. I haven't had any of the, like, rock hard ones, like really strong, clear moonshines. If you go on the channel, we done a review probably middle of last year. It was an Old Smoky review. Let me see if I can find it for you. If you go back, it's about 10 months ago. This is the video. It is the Old Smoky Tennessee Mountain Apple Whiskey and the Old Smoky Moonshine Blue Flame. Yeah, if I can get it close enough. It might not focus in, but this is the first play of it right there. It's got 1.7 thousand views, and it was on February 23rd of last year. Coming up on a year since we made that. It's a 16-minute video. I review 2 different Old Smokies. If I'm not mistaken, there's a hidden third one in there to review. So, Watch that and tell me what you think. Just specifically from that one. Because it really could differ really drastically. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Awesome. And for me, locally, that's one of the very, very few areas or places that does like ABC store style drinks, because not a lot of companies open Italy just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell moonshine, you know. So it's really hard to tell. I'm in North Carolina, so I can drive to Tennessee in 3 hours. And I can be in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville. I can be in all those within 3 hours. 4 hours if I'm driving slower. But for the most part, those are going to be the ones you're looking for, unless you have something local in your area. You may have told me where you're from, but I don't really remember off the top of my head. Terrible with remembering stuff. Alright, bottoms up. Blood flowing, mouth watering. Arm hair standing up, eyes watering. Goodness. We finished our bottle of mouth water. Finished it and ate the last 2 bits of fruit. Ugh, that's rough. That's rough. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. Baby, a black tear. Pick up the screwdriver. Random question. What is your go-to hangover cure? So there's 2 ways, and there are 3. I'm gonna say 3. There's 3 ways. one I newly found. That's going to be my third trick. Alright, so hangover cures, I'm going to have to go with number one, Pedialyte. You can either get the children's brand or the adult brand, but I recommend the children's brand because it tastes better. That one is going to really give you your electrolytes back. It really replenishes your body of what the alcohol pulled out. And also has a lot of vitamins and all that other stuff. Now, number two, the least likely taken approach is if you're having a really bad hangover and you ain't got to work the next day, just start again. You think I'm crazy, but I'm not. If you're having a really, really bad hangover and you're struggling, drinking another beer or whatever, will calm it down. 100% will calm it down. Third way is these fancy things that I found that pretty lady had me buy for her when she was sick. They're called something IV. One second. They're called Liquid IV. Liquid IV, it legitimately, honest, it's a powder version of Pedialyte that you put in your own water. It's chunky, it's thick, and she said it tastes terrible, but it replenishes all your electrolytes, your vitamins, and all the other fun stuff that is in it. So you got that as well. So Liquid IV, drinking a beer, or you could go the old route of Pedialyte. All of those are great options when it comes to revitalizing yourself during a hangover. Now, if you ever have alcohol poisoning, I'm about positive I've had it a lot, but I've never been to the hospital for it. You just need to dry heave for a little bit. Kind of seize up, dry heave for a while. And then chicken and ramen noodles. So protein and sodium. So meat and salt. It helped me. I ain't never been to the hospital for no alcohol poisoning, but I know I've been there a couple times. But overall, drop down Pedialyte, drink another one when you wake up, or the new Liquid IV stuff. Pedialyte's always been a go-to for me, though. Ever since I found out about it. Beforehand, I would just deal with the hangovers and just endure the suck. But now, Pedialyte, you drink some Pedialyte either while you're drinking or when you're getting up in the morning, and it goes right away. 100%. Also, a lot of friends and myself, there's a couple other ones where it's red Gatorade and ibuprofen. Or Gatorade of your choice. Mostly because Gatorade has electrolytes, it has sugars, and it has protein. It's all you need after a hangover is electrolytes, sugars, and proteins. The ibuprofen is an antihistamine. And I can't say the word. Not going to try because you guys are going to make fun of me. But it relieves the headache. So once you get rid of the headache, because what causes your headache, everybody's like, oh my God, this headache sucks. Oh my God, it's just pounding and pounding. You got to get rid of the nourishment that you got. You denourished your body. You need to replenish that with salts, sugars, vitamins. That's what you need in your body. So you start drinking eating salty stuff. Ramen noodles, sodium. You start drinking Cokes. There's your sugars. Or you can eat candy, whatever you want to do with your sugar. And then you got your sodium there. That's your salt. You got your electrolytes. So, what? You just kind of do your thing at that point. If you're not getting your proteins, which is meats and stuff, been meaty on your body. And it is, the lighter you are, I don't know how much you weigh, Robert, or anything like that. I don't know how big you are, but it really depends on your body size also. See me, I'm 6 foot. I'm roughly probably 230, 240 pounds. It's going to take a lot more to bring my hangover down than what it would be for you, because you don't lose as much saturated muscle mass, or not even muscle mass, I'd say fat and sodium and sugars and water as I would. If anything, actually, now that I think about it, you might lose more. You might lose more. I ain't no nutrientologist or whatever their language is. But overall, that's my opinion. Yeah, you tried a bunch of different things. A lot of people have different antics when it comes to getting rid of hangovers. Goody powders used to be my best friend. I always have goody powders. I'm going to assume that the text I just got, you're watching, said you need starch for also mashed taters and mac and cheese. Which I agree too, because that swells your stomach up. You know, whether it be bread, whether it be mashed taters or a pasta, anything noodle-like, ramen, you know, like I'm saying, it builds that up. And it helps absorb the alcohol in your body. Robert said, I'm 5'11", 200. Might need to invest in some Pedialyte packets on Amazon. They sell the liquid IV too. So you can buy both of those at Walmart. Pedialyte, I haven't had Pedialyte packets before. I would suggest buying Pedialyte by the little jug. But the IV, you can buy it by the liquid IV. You can buy it by the packet. That's the only way I've seen it is by the packet. And they said, and airborne vitamin C dissolved in water. All the messes. One second, guys. Gotta do something real quick. Where's my... no, where's my... Gotta get these real quick. I'll be right back with you guys. Sorry, give me 1 second. I probably missed it already, to be honest. And then the next one. Not found. Ah. 'Cause not found, Sag. We don't want to deal with you anyway. Three minutes and all of it's gone. B12? Yeah, that's huge too. Oh, get this game back up again. Just for funsies. Phone's already on 8%. 8 o'clock. I'm already tired. It's been a long day of work, guys. I'm gonna try to read your messages as soon as I see them, Amber. Sorry. Another one. switch over. No. That's how we got hacked, right there. 100% that's how we got hacked. Don't click any links or copy paste any links out there. Just trying to take your money. But nonetheless, there we go. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh, it's so cold. 100% the coldest beers are at my house, guys. I promise. 100%. If you find a colder beer, then they're frozen. Nonetheless, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. And thanks for doing all the stuff that you guys shouldn't have to do, but you do anyway. You're the best. And I couldn't ask for anybody else to be watching, hanging out, and relaxing. But till later, thanks until always, guys. Remember, I bias you guys don't have to, and I tried so you guys don't have to. So till later. Till next time. Till always. I'm Justin. Welcome to our drink reviews and more. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow in a brand new review. Love you guys. Have a great night.